Thanks, Tony. Jim Conlan.
Hi, Marty. Welcome to Queen's Park Rangers. And first of all, I see your enthusiasm for the job, and you mentioned about many times about the potential in the squad. But if we just look at the table for a second, they say the table doesn't lie. And after 14 games, QPR have only scored 10 goals. In terms of the most creative players, Lyndon Dykes, 1 goal. Sinclair Armstrong, 1 goal. Ilias Chair, no goals. Chris Willock, no goals. Paul Smith, Charlie Keown, Ryan Cully, yet to score. In fact, the goals for QPR have been coming from their probably 2 holding midfielders in Andre Dozzell and Jack Colback. Does that worry you when you see all those attacking players, all those wide players, some of them not even with 2 or 3 goals? When you look at Plymouth, who are up at 19th, just a few spots up in the table, they have 23 goals already scored this season. It probably shows that there's a lack, maybe a creativity or a lack of firepower up front. Is that alarming as a manager when you come in and you see those stats?
Look, first of all, I need to say that as a person, I'm usually quite optimistic. So I like to see at the bright side of things. I think, as I said, there is quality in all those players. And I will just try to say that the table never lies at the end of the season. So give us some time to work, and then we can talk at the end of the season when we have played 46 games where we are. And hopefully you can be more positive about the quality of our players.
Oh, there's obviously huge quality within Queen's Park Rangers. A year ago, they were high on top of the table. But you think it maybe is a system change that needs to happen, and a system, an idea that you might have, and might open up those sort of players? Because obviously in the previous sort of system, they were sort of fragmented in their ability to create chances and score goals.
You know, as I said, I don't want to judge what happened here in this club in the last 6, 12 months, whatever it was. I'm here just to look forward to see what we can do from this week. And what I know is that I do believe in, as I said, this combination between the tradition, the history of this club, the way of offensive attacking football that has been connected historically to this club, with the technical players. We have good quality in the squad. We have players that are good on duels, that can help us to have this balance that is needed in a league like Championship. But at the same time, I do believe in a certain way of playing football, and I will never change that one. So I will try to get the fans proud, even on the days that we cannot get the 3 points. This will be, if we can manage to arrive to this level, where even on a day that perhaps we didn't get the win, but actually we play a good game, then that will be a good signal, because that means that then we're going to start to have good performances that over time will give us the results that we're looking for.
And Marty, have you got a chance to speak to some of the leaders in the dressing room, the likes of Lyndon Dykes, the likes of the creative flair of the genius on his day, Ilias Chair? Have you got to speak to those guys one-on-one? Have it maybe hear their thoughts so far in the season? And have they got to express any ideas how maybe they feel that they can be more impactful for Queen's Park Rangers going forward?
Yeah, obviously. I'm starting to have those talks with them on and off the pitch. I think there is a good group of lads, and I really like the attitude, as I said, the commitment that they are showing from the beginning. And of course, I'm looking forward to know more about them, to know them as well as a person, as a human being, and then hopefully we can build a good connection there.
Yeah, and you spoke about the academy and looking at bringing in sort of players from the academy and developing, but also you're going through a period now where you're assessing the squad between now and January. Obviously, you're building, you want to push up the table, but you're assessing who's part of the project, who you feel long-term is part of Queen's Park Rangers' future, and who you need to assess as well. When you came in to the job, did you get reassurances that if you need to bring in 4 or 5 players in January, first team players, guys that may need to go into that starting 11, that there might be a possibility to do that, whether that be loans, free agents, whatever it needs to be?
I think we are on the first stage of evaluating what we have, and my job is to get the best of all of them. And as I said, I'm very confident about the quality that we have in the squad. So I don't think that now we're in a moment to start to think about what we need to do eventually in the market, in the next market. So my full focus is to try to understand the full picture of the academy, of the development team, to see there is some talent there that we can use and then get the best of the players in the first squad. So it will come the time that we will finally get in a proper decision if we need to go to the market or not.
And finally, a question for me, Marti. In terms of your team, if someone to describe what Marti's sort of team looks like on the pitch, how they play, how they sort of look and how they flow from back to front, how would you say you like your team to operate? How would you describe your team in terms of how you like to play from back to front? What does a Marti's team look like?
No, I always say that for me there are three important, what I call the 3 Ps in football. So we would like to use the possession as a tool, but use the ball to move the opponent, to create the chances, to create the gaps. We will try to have a good counter pressing or pressing when we don't have the ball, because we like to regain the ball quick, just to create chances, just to play on possession. And then the last one, and perhaps the most important, is the position. So as long as we have good positions on the pitch, then we're going to get better situations on the ball, more time to execute the actions. And this will be the foundation. So we want to be a brave team that doesn't speculate, that wants to attack, that even if we score a goal, we're going to try to chase the second one, and that we'll try to be a brave team in both phases of the game.